name's Courtney. I'm going to be a sophomore this year with the Wildcat Marching Band, and I'm going to teach you today how to mark time, march backwards, and then halt. Alright, marking time, we want to make sure that we're standing in our set position. It's important to make sure you're standing tall, your shoulders are back, but you don't want your shoulders back too much. You don't want to arch your back. You want to make sure you're crunching your tummy in, engage those abs with your shoulders still back. So it's going to look something like that, depending on how you stand. Okay. It's also important to remember you want to hold your fist and you're going to place it in between your arches. And that's how you're going to know if you have That's how you're going to know if you have a good wide enough stance. Your butt. First thing we're going to do is learn how to mark time. So it's important to keep your feet in that set position that you would have learned in a different video. Take a step back. There we go. You're going to want to make sure you have a fist size in between your arches so you know you have that good length of that angle. So for me, this is good. With marking time, you're going to want your off beats or your and beats to be with your knees and your shins. And your on beats will be hitting the ground with your heel. For example, if we take it slow at 5, 6, 7, 8, and is going to be the prep. 1. It's going to look like that on both legs. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, halt. So you always start here. You want to make sure you're projecting up. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, halt. So if you notice, I'm prepping on the ends of my 8 count off. So 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 1. And you want to make sure you're always starting with your left. For a halt, you're going to want to start in that set position. It's the best way for you to learn it because you're not moving and you're staying still. So that set position, it's the same position you're going to be marking time in. Remember that. So if you're marking time, it's the same thing as going 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. It's pretty much your count 1, but you're stopping instead of continuing. 5, 6, 7, 8. Prep. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So notice on my halt, instead of my knees going like this, we're going to go from here and so we're like this, and then 1. Your heels will be on the ground on 1, your legs will come together on and. Okay, so the next thing we're going to learn how to do is how to march backwards. When you prep, this time it's with your count off, and you're going to continue going onto your tiptoes. So we can practice that. Your prep is going to look very similar to your marking time, right? Except on your and, instead of being and 1, it's going to be and. Both heels are going to get up. 1. Both heels stay up. So let's try that a couple times. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Once you feel sturdy on your toes, it's very important that you keep your pie while you're on your toes and that you can be able to move at the same time. It's also important that when you're up here, you're not like this or like this. What helped me when I was first learning was looking at a mirror. You want to make sure that you have that straight center line or the string at the top of your head. And you just kind of raise up a little bit. I'll show you a very slow progression of it. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. You're going to want to make sure that you're marching on the balls of your feet. Not your toes, not your heels. You want to stay up tall, projecting, tuck your tummy in so you're crunched. It's important to remember that once you're up here, that doesn't mean you can go and completely lift your foot up. You're going to want to think of something kind of similar to a ballerina in a way. Your toes are always going to be grazing the grass, I guess you could say. So we march on grass and turf. So you're going to want your toe up, and then it's just going to glide. We also try to think of it as that. It's very similar to a tendu. So we're going to do mark count 4, move backwards 4, and then a halt, which is also known as a halt. Right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now we're going to try the same exercise, but instead of 4 counts for everything, we're going to try 8 counts. So an 8 count of mark time, 8 counts of moving backwards, and then a halt, or a hold. Make sure to keep in mind of each position and where you want your ands and down beats to be, your off and on beats. We'll start slow and then we'll do another rep faster. 5, 6, 7, 8, and prep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. All right, let's try that again. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so we're going to start with 140. 8 counts of marking time, 8 counts of moving backwards, and then we're going to halt at the end. 5, 6, 7, 8, prep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, halt. Try that again. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and